Education. Something we all experience at some point in our lives, but what do I think of it? To answer this, I'm going to need someone's help. Someone who I can really get inside the head of. Yeah, that sounds good. What's going on? Blimey, it actually worked. There's no time to explain, so I'll tell you in brief. I need to work out what I want education to be like, and since I knew you wouldn't be busy... How did you know that? Wait, are you me from the... I said there's no time to explain. I need to know what you think of education right now. You risk all the time and space just for that? Just answer the question, please. Fine, well at the moment, it's going alright, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, and what do you like about it? We're doing quite a lot of crafty things right now, which I love for. Yes, you will still love them. Is there anything that you don't enjoy quite so much? There's far too many tests for my liking, but I've been told it's only going to get worse when I reach secondary school, which I'm dreading, to be honest. You've got no need to worry. And that's all the time we can have, I'm afraid. What? Time to send you back. What? That's it? I have a lot of me's to get through. Bye then. Bye. Now, let's see if anything has changed 6 years down the line. Hello? Oh, here we go again. Don't you ever change. I'm not wearing the same thing as you're wearing, am I? I suppose not. Anyway, focus. I'm going to ask you about the same sort of things as I did 6 years ago. Yeah, you may need to jog my memory a bit. What is it that you like about your education at the moment? Oh, right. Well, in that case, it would have to be the freedom. The freedom? Yeah, you know, the freedom to learn how you want, no matter how creative you want to be. There it is again. What? Creativity. You, or rather we, mentioned it when we were in year 6. The problem is schools don't always allow this creativity. Ken Robinson has spoken about this. How did we... Keep your voice down. Back in 2006, Ken Robinson gave a TED talk called Do Schools Kill Creativity? He had this to say.
If you were to visit education as an alien and say, what's it for, public education, I think you'd have to conclude, if you look at the output, you know, who really succeeds by this? Who does everything they should? Who gets all the brownie points? You know, who are the winners? I think you'd have to conclude the whole purpose of public education throughout the world is to produce university professors.
Yeah, there seems to be that trend in some aspects of education. But what else did you want to know? Yeah, is there anything that you don't like quite so much about your education? Probably the same as 6 years ago, but exams. I'd much prefer to have more coursework. Maths I can understand having exams, but subjects like history? And what do you feel would be better if there were less exams? There'd be less pressure. A whole year's worth of studying just for an hour or two exam to prove yourself? It's crazy. And if they scrap ASs, it's only going to get worse. 2 years worth of work and an exam or two for each subject. The National Union of Teachers once wrote that there is a lot of pressure on teachers to deliver curriculum content and high scores, and this has now led to teachers focus on short-term memorisation and test tactics rather than deep learning and understanding. Teachers seem to teach for an exam, and I can understand them doing that, but surely it would be better for everyone if lessons were less structured towards exams. I completely agree. So more creativity and less exams. Yep. Right, let's see what you have to say another 6 years down the line, but I'm afraid you're going to have to take a long way round. Oh, what? It's risky having 2 of us here, so it could be horrendous with 3. Fine, see you in 6 years. And I'll see you in just a tick. Time to flip it a bit then and see me in the future. Really? Now? I was right in the middle of teaching. Sorry, although that does answer my first question on whether I actually do become a teacher or not. Oh damn, I shouldn't have mentioned that, should I? Probably not, but when you go back, I've forgotten all about it. Is that how this works? No, it's all on film. Oh, yeah. Come on, it's quite quick though, I am in the middle of the lesson. Of course we can. When you are teaching, how do you try to make your lessons more engaging for the pupils? So everything I teach, I try to make it more interesting with a variety of resources. Most children learn better with hands-on experiences, and technology plays a big role in children's lives, so I try to incorporate that more into them as well. A survey run by Tech and Play in 2015 found that 50% of 0 to 5-year-olds in their sample had access to 4 to 10 devices, so it makes sense to use technology in play. How do you use it? Well, the main ones, laptops, tablets, holopad. What was that last one? Never mind. I also like to use more interactive technology to immerse them in the environment. So in history, I use augmented reality in small groups, and then they can discuss. That sounds cool. Yeah, it works pretty well, really. A recent review of some studies found that augmented reality in education led to better learning performance and motivation. Perhaps one day with a press of a button we'll be able to change the classroom. So if they're learning about Victorian schools, this could happen. Or they could be learning more about beaches. Oh damn, I forgot you'd be able to do that now. Oh, stop that. I've got a video to make and you've got a class to teach. Okay, any more questions? Yeah, quite a big one really. What do you think the main purposes of education should be? Oh, crikey. Well, for me that would have to be setting the children up for life, as in future education and their future career. That it becomes something that children want to do, not just something they need to do. And it should allow the children to make choices about what their future should be. After all,
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride.
Yeah, that's quite enough of that for now, thank you. Sorry. Okay. Anything else? Just the usual. Is there anything you'd still like to be able to change? The paperwork. The children are the children, not the documents. No, I'm not really looking forward to that either. An article on educationworld.com written by a teacher described paperwork as an intruder that prevented her from putting as much energy into her lessons to engage students. Right then, it's time to send you back. Alrighty, just one more thing? Yeah. I'll clear off. Well, that's some more things to add to the list then, but I still need a few more ideas. Let's see who else I can find. Ah, I'm back again. How long's it been? About 20 years? Oh, sorry. Am I still in teaching? Yep, still going at it. Oh good, wonderful news. Plus it helps with this video. Same sort of thing as before, a few questions. Fire away. If you could pick one part of being a teacher that you enjoy most, what would it be and why? I always think it's been a successful day when the children have learnt something and enjoyed learning it. To me that matters more than the level they end up with at the end of it. And sometimes I let the kids decide how they want to learn it, as long as it's appropriate. And do you do school trips? If I feel the pupils will get enough out of them, although parents can't keep paying for these, some of them can't afford it. I do take learning outside though when I can, and this seems to be more relaxing sometimes as well. That's all good then, a win-win situation. But is there anything that you'd like to be different about education and teaching? I'd like to introduce a more free-range style of learning into subjects such as English and maths, but the national curriculum is a bit more controlling in these. I did wonder about the free-range style of learning when it came to those kind of subjects. I've tried to start them as free as I can, but there's always a limit to it. Right, well, I better let you get back to whatever you were doing before you came here. Marking. Oh, what joy. I'll see you later. Okay, ta-ra. Well, there's only one more logical point I can go to in my future. Ah, I thought it was about time for this. Yes, here I am. But there's one thing I must know before we begin. How old are you? That is a gentleman's prerogative. And I am that gentleman. Are you? Yes. Oh yes, so you are. Never mind. So you've retired from teaching then? Yep. Mm-hmm. Good, good. So after a lifetime of teaching, what do you still wish you could have changed? It's out of my control, but I always wanted the school starting age to go up to say 7. Kids start their education and they stay in there for at least 14 years, then go to work. Childhood should be valued more. I always try to encourage more of a childhood approach to teaching. Rather than change the starting age, you managed to let the children have a bit more childhood while they were still learning. In effect, yes. Clever. Well, you would say that. I suppose that I would. It has been suggested that older children also learn better merely by being older. Is there anything other than that which you're particularly proud of to do with your teaching style? Oh, what makes me proud? I'd probably say I'm proud of the enthusiasm both from me as a teacher and from my pupils. I always wanted the decision to retire for the most difficult decision I'd ever have to make. And was it? It was incredibly difficult. I loved teaching all the time, and I think the pupils that I had loved being there, at least they appeared to, so they made me proud too. And how did you stay so enthusiastic, and make sure the kids were too? I never had one teaching style. I wouldn't use textbooks for 2 lessons in a row, but I also wouldn't use creative activities in groups for 2 lessons in a row, maybe only twice a week. By doing this, it left an element of surprise. Wonderful. Right then, I think I ought to send you back so I can wrap up the video now. Very well then. So, what have I got from all this? Well, there's quite a lot there which I can use to form my ideology of education. What I've just finished the video and I thought I'd give you a hand to wrap things up. Oh, okay then, thanks. Off you go. Well, number 1. Yeah, I've forgotten. How? Well, you said this bit, I think, and if you don't say it now, then, well, it won't have... Oh, for goodness sake. The first thing I picked up on was the purpose of education. It should be so the child is able to lead a happy life inside school and in their future. Children should have more freedom and choice in how they learn, and teachers should be able to choose how they teach more freely. There should be less exams and more coursework to enable the students to think more effectively and with less pressure. Creativity should become more apparent in education and should be introduced into more subjects. Paperwork could be reduced to allow teachers more time with the children they teach, which could improve education if the teacher is able to see how the child learns more. And finally, no, not finally, no, apparently not finally, the starting age should be increased to give children more of a chance to be children and enjoy their childhood. And finally, both the children and teaching staff should enjoy education most, if not all, of the time. Right then, off you pop. But I'm not. Yes, you are. Much better.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside.